And we're back. Hi, this is Sam. So before I start diving into what I want to share with you guys today, I would just want to take this time to invite every one of you to like my page online. I'm going to flash it on the screen together with my Instagram account. Lately, I've been uploading all my arts online. I used to do calligraphy on paper with some art materials, and then I tried digital art during the ECQ, and it turned out to be really fun and easy to do, so you should guys try it as well. So before anything else, I just want to say that this is not a do's and don'ts video. This is not even a 10 commandment kind of video on how we should do relationship and all that. But these are basically just advice I got and learned through my own experiences in my relationship. So Roman and I saw this as a 6-part series on different seasons of relationships, and it could go for like years, and some of the videos I'm going to upload in this series would include him next time, and I can't wait. So if you could note questions that would pop on your minds as I discuss things, even the specific ones or specific scenes, you could send it to me through email, you can PM me on Facebook, you can DM it to me on Twitter and IG, and I would try to help you as much as I can. So let's start. It's just... Nagbabalag ako eh! Ay, mas naka-ayos ka pa, naka-makeup ko pa. First things first is wherever you are right now or however you are doing, you are always in a season. Seasons are not supposed to be bounded by terms like single, in a relationship, married, and all that. You know, God is a creative God. He is a God of details. And if you could zoom in into these seasons, you could see, for example, if you've been single for like 3 or 5 years already, if you could zoom in on that, you would see that you had been in a season of pruning at work, of flourishing at work. You know, you could be in a season of flourishing as well in your relationships with your family and friends, or you could have been in a season of growth in the ministry. I remember months before I met Roman, I was at that peak of my singleness where I had been really appreciating my time alone with the Lord. I was starting to appreciate going out on meals alone. I didn't have to stop and pause to talk to the person sitting across me, or it's not rude to check my phone. I didn't have to match my pace with the person that's walking beside me. I could take slow walks, I could take brisk walks, and even when I'm traveling, it is not rude to put on my earphones because I really love music and I really love listening to music, and it wouldn't be like trying to block a conversation that could happen anytime when you are with someone. But the most important thing of all, in whatever season you are right now, you should be focusing on your relationship with Jesus. Remember, if you are single and you have a relationship with the Lord, you have everything you need. You do not lack anything, you do not lack anyone, and you have more than enough, more than you deserve. I remember telling a friend of mine na, okay lang, kahit di ako magkaroon ng boyfriend, I mean, I'm fine na, kami na lang ni Lord. I might be joking to have been looking for a jowa and all that, but really deep in my heart, I had been very, very content with my relationship with the Lord, to the point na even kahit celibate ako, okay lang Lord, I mean, okay na ako, ganun. So another thing to consider would be the desire. Do you already have the desire to be with someone? If you do, then let's pray about it. And if you don't yet, it's fine. You know, one of the wisest kings before said that let us not awaken love, it is not yet time. It is written in Songs of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 4. You can check on it later. So recently in one of our Bible study nights, Roman and I had discussed the gift of celibacy and the gift of marriage. So with whatever God is going to bless us with, it is still a gift from Him, and it still comes with a lot of blessings. So number 3 would be priorities. Before I met Roman, my plate is already full with, you know, work, family, friends, ministry. But then when he came into my life, he kind of just like blended in, and none of these things that I had been prioritizing before were sacrificed. It kind of felt like a concrete yes from the Lord. This is a right thing to pursue. Another thing I would want to discuss is relationships with guy friends. Is it really possible for us women to be in a friendly relationship with men that is not supposed to lead in a loving relationship in the end? My answer to that would be yes. Roman and I are in a really huge singles community in New Belt. We coexist there as brothers and sisters in Christ, no malice at all, no awkwardness, literally treating each other as family there. So yeah, I think it is possible. It all just boils down to how pure your intentions are to these people. So how about relationships with non-Christian men? Is it okay to have like a friendly relationship with them? Of course, yes. When God called us to be Christians, He didn't want us to make ourselves exclusive only to the people of the faith. Yes, we are called to be with them, to edify our faith together, to build each other up, encourage each other, but also keep in mind the mission. We are called to go out there and make disciples. We are supposed to be the salt and light of the world. We are supposed to represent God. We are supposed to be the ones to bring people the saving knowledge of Jesus. And if we're going to box ourselves off of the people outside of the church, then how can we make the church bigger? But Sam, shouldn't the men of the church be the ones to introduce Jesus to these men? I mean, that would be wiser. But I hope we will not limit God on how He can use us into preaching the gospel to others. Again, it all boils down to your intentions. So what about texting and chatting with men? If it's a conversation that you think it's friendly and it's safe, then let's not put too much details on it anymore. Let's not overthink it. But if it is already a conversation that is making you feel different, or it's stirring something inside you, then you should put limitations already. If you could, lessen the time that you talk to him, or if you could make it less frequent than how you talked before, then do that. And most importantly, be accountable to your trusted leaders. It is not being restricting, and it is not even being legalistic, but sometimes there are things that we don't see, and we need another person to have it checked for us. And that's the good of church community. It is just wiser to do that. How about topics that we kind of need to go astray from? I could speak to like my guy friends on church about my family. Maybe just the basic things like, this is my sister, this is her work, this is how old she is. But I think for the issues that are very intimate to you, if there are conflicts in the family and it's too personal na, if we could share it to our trusted leaders and our accountability partners, then let's do that, diba? We don't have to share every bit of us to every person we meet. Last would be expectations. The higher the expectation, the higher the disappointment, guys. In my relationship with Roman, we had kind of tuned our expectations too high in the beginning of our relationship, and we really, struggled a rough road of trying to get around all these expectations and fine-tuning and find a common ground to where we can exist harmoniously with each other. Just always remember this: if you put too much expectation to a person, know that sooner or later that person is going to disappoint you. If you really have to peg expectation to someone, you have to peg that expectation to God, because He is unfailing. You have to expect in a way that is according to how you know Him, how you know God. Is He going to allow these things to happen to you? Then don't expect that if He won't. Diba? Surely, if He has promised this to you and you had pegged an expectation to Him regarding that promise, it will surely happen. So, the question would be, how would you know if the guy really likes you already? He will definitely tell you it. He should. That's clarity. I think men should really be responsible with their actions. If they really want to pursue you, they should be consistent in doing so. That's one thing I really admire about Roman. When he got the command from the Lord to pursue me, he just went obeying Him from that day up to now. So there is this sentence na gasgas na gasgas na, do not assume unless otherwise stated. And it's very true, it's very helpful. It really is a wise perspective or mindset, because we don't want to go around stumbling over mixed signals. We are not women like that. We are women who has seen how Jesus has loved us. He saw us with so much value that He dared died for us, and He has shown us that He is the Lord of our lives and continually pursuing us until the end. That's how the guys should pursue us as well. Last piece of advice is, if you are in a situation wherein you feel like a guy is building a relationship with you in a sense that it could transition into a loving relationship in the end, I want you to really, really pray about it. When we were about to visit this Van Gogh exhibit in BGC, he told me he's going to say something to me, and so, I mean, honestly guys, I overthought it, and I am just so thankful that I had my leaders that time. They were so open, they were so supportive, and they prayed for me. They kind of gave me tips on how I would get through that day. And I remember fasting a few days before we met. I was asking the Lord for a word, but He didn't give me an exact word from the Bible. But what He did was He actually searched my heart and realigned everything and reminded me, whatever happens, He is mine and I am His only. It was such an amazing position to be in. I mean, it's a great thing to be reminded of when you are about to let another person enter your life. I felt so complete that if ever God is going to add another person into my life, it is not because I lack something. He just wants to bless me with another one. I was like, okay, ready na ako. If He lays down His intentions, then go. But if He's just going to make insurance to me, because I actually thought that, and He knows that. I am the Lord's and He is mine, and that is the one truth that can never be taken away from me. So there, I really hope I kind of helped you guys. If there are specific questions or specific scenarios that you wanna, try to assess or overthink with me, I would want to do it with you, and I would want to help as much as I can. And I am praying for all of you, and I hope that you stay home and stay safe. God bless us, and this too shall pass. Blessings!